Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be talking about why, if the Rockets get the first overall pick tomorrow on Tuesday during the draft lottery, why Victor Wembanyama will change everything for the Houston Rockets. As going into the NBA draft lottery tomorrow, the draft lottery is at 7 o'clock. So excited as a Rockets fan. Rockets have a 52% chance to make it into the top 4, and they have a 14% chance to get the first overall pick. And then they also cannot go any lower than 6. So you will not see the Rockets be drafting. The Rockets will have a top 6 pick next year. This year. The lowest the Rockets can go in the draft lottery is 6. And you won't see the Rockets be drafting anywhere else. So Rockets will be in the top 6, and hopefully they'll be number 1, which whoever gets the first overall pick, even though there are some teams that might be willing to trade up for the first overall pick, I don't think whoever gets that first overall pick, I don't really see anybody trading. I really don't see anybody at all trading the pick away. So whoever gets the first overall pick will get Victor Wembanyama, small forward / power forward from France. If you haven't already heard of him, 7'4", a good shooter. I mean, he's gigantic, and he's a good shooter. He is like basically the next. They're calling him the next Kevin Durant. I mean, he's Kevin Durant's weight, I guess. I think he's a little skinnier than Kevin Durant, if not Kevin Durant's weight. But he's 7'4", and Durant's like 6'11", 7'1", whatever. He's an amazing shooter. It's unbelievable how hard it is to get a shot over him. An amazing rebounder, amazing at blocking shots, of course, at 7'4". And I think whoever gets him in the NBA draft is going to be absolutely blessed. But I think the Rockets is going to be on a different level, because you get Victor Wembanyama, you already got so many other young talent next to Wembanyama, and a hell of a head coach with Ime Udoka. Ime Udoka will coach Wemby as a rookie coming in brilliantly, and it will be an amazing. I think besides Ime Udoka, I think that the only head coach that in the lottery that would be better for Victor Wembanyama, possibly Greg Popovich, which I think Greg Popovich is a better head coach than Ime Udoka, but I think the Rockets have a better situation than the Spurs do. The Spurs have some cap space this offseason, which they might take advantage of free agency, and the Spurs are going to definitely be getting a top 6 pick as well in this lottery, but I don't think they have a better situation team-wise than the Rockets do. The Rockets are sitting with Jalen Green and Jabari Smith Jr. and Alperen Sengun, and a lot of cap space, and possibly making a trade or two this summer, and like small trades to boost up the bench or maybe even a starter. And there's rumors about James Harden potentially coming back to Houston, and that's the next thing I was going to kind of get into. That I think with Victor Wembanyama, if the Rockets get the first overall pick and you get Wemby at the first overall pick, I think it makes James Harden want to come here even more. And I think you get 2 or 3. I don't know if Harden comes to Houston because you get 2. Scoot Henderson is at the 1, Jalen's at the 2, Jabari's at the 3, someone else is at the 3. Who knows? Maybe Tari Eason, maybe KJ Martin. Then or they bring in someone else in free agency, and then the 4 is Jabari, and then the 5 is Alperen Sengun. And then if you get the third overall pick, you're getting Brandon Miller. Who knows who the 1 is? Maybe you sign somebody. Maybe you trade for somebody. The 2 is Jalen. The 3 is Brandon Miller. The 4 is Jabari. The 5 is Sengun. So I think the really only hope for the Rockets for Yes, I think there's a slight chance if you get three, if you, God forbid, you get the third overall pick. I think James Harden. There's a chance he might. Maybe there's a chance James might still come here. I doubt it though. But I think with if Wemby's here, I think James and Wemby would have a lot of chemistry. I think they'd work really well. I think James would. I'm not gonna. I don't think. I think he would make Wemby a better basketball player, but I think the player he's gonna make the best out of this team is Jabari Smith Jr. The wide open looks that Jabari Smith Jr. would get with the Rockets with James Harden on the roster, with how good of a passer James is, and playmaker, and how many assists he gets nowadays. Jabari would get a lot of more open looks than he did last season with KPJ at the point guard. I think Jabari would shoot a lot more and make a lot more for the Rockets. And so for Jalen Green as well. I think he'd get a lot of more catch and shoot opportunities for the Rockets. And I think he'd be a way better shooter as well. And I think everybody's going to really get more catch and shoot opportunities with Wemby, and Jabari and Jalen. I think all three decent three-point shooters are going to get open looks. And I think if you get Wemby at 1, not only is he going to be an amazing player, but I think that will carry James Harden to coming to the Houston Rockets. And I can guarantee that most likely James Harden will most likely be returned to the Rockets if Victor Wembanyama is on the Rockets. And the lineup would be stable with Harden at the 1, Jalen at the 2, Jabari at the 3, Wemby at the 4, Sengun at the 5, and I think a solid bench. Maybe trade for Alex Caruso to help the defense, because I think this defense is going to really want to improve. Maybe make some other moves in free agency to improve the bench. I think the Rockets, if you get Wemby on tomorrow night, I think not only is he going to be a superstar player, but I think the attraction he's going to bring to this team is going to be amazing, because I think personally you're going to see a lot of free agents maybe want to come to Houston, not only because Victor Wembanyama is on this team, but because this team also has potentially James Harden. But I think there's 3 attractions coming to the Rockets. Number 1, the city. Not the number 1, but that's one of the reasons. The city. If you get Wembanyama, that's a huge reason. I mean, you've seen, when Zion was a huge thing, you saw a couple of veteran free agents want to come over. I think JJ Redick, who was really good back then, signed with the Pelicans that year. A couple other free agents signed with the Pelicans because they wanted to play with Zion. And you saw that happen that year. And I think Wemby is bigger than Zion was, in my opinion. Zion, that was a big year. Whoever got Zion was going to be blessed. But I think this is way bigger than Zion was. Now, he's a better shooter. He's taller. Zion's, I guess, a little more athletic, but he's taller. He's a better block shotter. He's a better shot blocker. So I think Wemby's a way better player than Zion. So has way more hype. So you have 3 reasons that players in free agency might want to come here. Ime Udoka is the head coach. Wembanyama as the rookie. James Harden is the new star coming in. And the city. That's 4 reasons for a free agent to want to come here. So I think Wembanyama, Harden, Udoka, and the city would draw a lot of attraction to other free agents to potentially come to Houston and make this team better. I think Wembanyama on the Rockets with all the other starting guys, with Jalen, Jabari, Sengun, and potentially James Harden, would be amazing. And it'd be an amazing lineup. I think it would flow really well together. I'm excited for tomorrow. I can't wait to see what happens in this video. If you guys enjoy them, your thoughts. Peace out. Go Rockets.